All right. Hey, here we are. Maybe.
No,
Here we
there we
are.
are.
There we are.
I was like,
Where's
oh,
our
no, oh, why are
what
we
did I
dancing?
do? Okay.
There we go.
Oh, hey, there we
Hey, now
are.
here we are.
What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and everywhere in between, all over the world. And it is your favorite podcast. This is the Death Rattle Podcast. What's going on, guys? Good to see
What's
everybody
up?
filing in. Mr. Wonderful, how's it going? Nick, first comment? Nope, not yet. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful beat you by a couple minutes. Hey, how's it going, Deperment? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. So yeah, cool. We are back for another week. If you were looking for last week's video, it got removed because we played too much of a trailer. So I had to clip that out and re-upload it. So the re-upload should be up probably by the end of this stream.
Yeah,
But
it's still available on Ghost Pirate, but just not on the Death Rattle page.
Right. So it's yeah, that's just in case you were looking for last week's. If you weren't and you're just here now, good to see you. How's it going, man? How was your week?
I was really, really sick, so not much fun. Watched a lot of YouTube, like went down a bunch of crazy rabbit holes. Like I first started going down a rabbit hole for like crazy cave diving. Like we're talking tech diving where these guys have full, like teams of people bringing them oxygen tanks and shit, going 1,000 feet down, like just insane stuff. And then I started going down another road and into spelunking and watching, like, it's just wild because of technology now, some of the video footage that we have. Because for the longest time, you knew some of the, and you might have some still pictures of scuba stuff or deep sea diving or whatever, but we didn't have footage of it really.
Yeah.
But like now there's like high quality footage of some of the craziest stuff, like these free divers that'll dive like a couple 100 feet on just one breath. They have these like little jet things basically that they connect to them, and they just like look like Iron Man or something through the water. They're just like zooming through the water with these little jet feet things. It's pretty dope, but
that's a strange that's a strange rabbit hole to get into on YouTube.
Yeah,
cave diving.
It's actually way more interesting and a lot scarier than I realized.
Oh, I'm sure.
Especially once I started getting into the like stories on how a lot of these guys have died. And it's kind of the last great frontier, because like there isn't any mountains that we can't climb now. Like every mountain, every place on the land, a man has gone in one way or another. Like technology has got it to where men can go anywhere, but the ocean's the only way. And like
there's
like with some, with a submersible there, you can go down. I mean, like James Cameron went to the bottom of the like Marianas Trench, deepest location in the world, but
I wouldn't have done that.
That's still different because it's like, yeah, you're exploring, but you're really in this little like, submarine kind of thing.
Well, yeah, because you can't get down there.
Yeah, but like this, what I'm talking about, where you're, it's just you and a scuba tank, like it's still you. I mean, you're not inside of a machine, like you're
right.
And so in a lot of ways, it's like the last, and it's the only way to get into some of these crazy caverns and these different underground or underwater caves and stuff. Like you can't take a machine into them. You got to still be like a human and be able to. And so in a lot of ways, it's like space, but we're not sending guys to space right now to explore. And
not yet.
Yeah. But like, so right now, if you have that old school explorer type of, desire and stuff, it's like the one way where you could still be an explorer,
So,
but I mean, it's just crazy scary. Like some of these stories and video footage of people dying, and like there's different, like there's the one, like one of these deep blue holes. I forget. I think it's in like India or something, but like these guys are just cruising along and there's just like bodies everywhere. Like, oh, there's a guy dead, scuba guy. There's another dead one. Like there's one spot, I forget where it is, but they call it like the graveyard. Like that's its nickname. because it's so deep, you can't really bring these bodies back out. Like, especially
Gee.
ones that are kind of wedged in there, that are like kind of caught in a rock area, or because most of it, it's like, it's so dangerous for you as it is. If you try to bring up a body, and so it's kind of this unwritten rule that they just leave them. Like, if you die down there, you don't want anybody to risk their life to bring you up. So it's kind of this unspoken rule. It's like, if you're a scuba guy and you die down there, that's where you're dead. Like, that's, you know, so it's pretty wild, dude.
I already have kind of a fear of deep places and like deep water. Like, I already have that. So just thinking about that just kind of triggers that. H.P. Lovecraft, The Beast in the Cave, that story always scared me, you know, because like, how many stories was it that people would get lost in these cave systems? You know, like, and that's no thank you.
And like, they've developed all these different techniques, you know, over the, you know, the last, you know, I don't know, 100 years or whatever, that we've been diving on some level. And so it's like, it's safer and safer, but like any type of exploring, no matter what it is,
there's a risk,
there's danger.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really like and respected about it, was not like, when people hear about it, you think of it as like, oh, like a Daredevil type of thing, but it's not. It's kind of like Alex Honnold and the Free Solo documentary, where when you hear this guy is just, you know, climbing these mountains without being tied to anything or whatever, you're like, he's just a daredevil. He just has a death wish. But when you watch it, you realize, no, it's not that at all. He's an explorer. He's challenging what a human is capable of. He's being safe, as safe as you can be, and doing what he's doing. But you know, it's like any science, or it's how man is able to push forward the boundaries and learn and continue to explore, you know, in every way. There's always danger involved, no matter what it is, you know.
Well, yeah,
at least in this case, is they're not making weapons, they're not endangering other people.
Right. That's we can at least say that. I don't know, when I'm sick and doing YouTube deep dives, I'm usually like looking up like ancient alien stuff, like, or that's what I'm looking
I watched a lot of that too.
If somebody's cave diving, I'm like, where are the lizard people?
Did you watch the hearings?
No, I did not watch it, but I have been consuming that content of people that have been commenting on it and have watched it. I've seen a couple of clips, but
I just don't get it. Like, it's like the American public just is not paying attention to this or something. Cause it's like, well, we know for sure that there's some type of, you know, UAP. There's these, we don't know if they're alien from another planet or what, but there is, like, this is not it's not some crazy guy in a aluminum hat anymore. I mean, they had a 5-star admiral. They had these guys with top secret clearances. Like this is a legit thing. And not only are they like, yeah, there are these UFOs, we're constantly dealing with them in the aviation, like Air Force, like everybody's dealing with them. But then they're also like, we definitely have craft that we have been experimenting on and working on and trying to reverse engineer for the last 75 years. And we 100% have biologics. Like, it's just crazy. Like, there's nobody's even,
I'll tell you why.
Straight up like, yep, we got this stuff, but it's, you know, we won't tell you much about it because for security reasons. And it's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like,
I'll tell you why.
How are people not freaking out about it more?
I'll tell you here. I'm going to tell you, because since 9/11, 2001, we have had life-changing experiences every seems to be election cycle. Yep. Every 4 years here in the States, there has been some life-changing thing that has happened that would have been newsworthy for the next 10 years, 30 years before that. You know what I mean? People would not stop talking about the type of stuff that we have gone through since 9/11. I mean, just think of everything that
there's so many things happening. This is exactly what my sister said. I was talking to her about this yesterday. I'm like, that was exactly what she said. She's like, I just can't deal with
Yeah,
it.
we
I can't
we have,
you know, like I got
especially the
enough other
millennial,
things, you know.
especially the millennial generation, which I think you're post X, right? You're like late term X, Gen X, right?
I'm the one after Boomer.
X.
So I think Gen X. I think I'm
Yeah.
Gen X.
Yeah. So the millennial generation, we just don't, there is nothing for us to care about. We cannot afford a house. Like we can't have a house. We can barely have a family. We are still treated as like we're approaching 40, the millennial generation, and we're still treated like kids to the older generations. And
well, really, it's really the generation before me were the last ones
it's the
to
boomers.
have all this shit.
Yeah, it's definitely the boomers.
You know?
But what I'm trying to say is,
sucks. It's like
we just don't have the,
it just keeps getting worse.
We don't have the bandwidth to give a shit about aliens.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Fine.
Yep,
sure, there's aliens. So fucking what? Where's my next meal coming from? You know what I mean?
Like my whole thing about
so
it
bad.
My whole thing about it is I feel like the existential quality of it is why I pay attention to it.
Yeah, but what?
Like, I haven't doubted. I mean,
But what does that change?
Ever since I was a kid watching the X-Files, I've been pretty convinced that there is, UFOs. I'm not saying they're extraterrestrials from another planet. I actually lean more into it that it might be a parallel dimension or time travel. Like I lean more into it could be one of those.
Like they're so they're not extraterrestrial, they're intradimensional, like that.
Yeah.
I've heard that theory,
like
and I also
lines of that.
I would think that also is probably the most logical.
And what muddies the water is that we know for sure that we're not the only government. Like basically every major country has some forms of these objects. They've captured them, either just broken debris or one or another. They have some of this technology and they've been working on reverse engineering it too. So what muddies the water is you could be seeing something that is actually United States made, but it's still basically that technology. And so it's so hard to know what is a man-made thing and what is a reversed thing or,
Well, so have you seen that documentary, that Bob Lazar documentary?
Yeah.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So Element, what is that? 151.
That's what's so crazy about Bob Lazar is how much for years people have been mocking him and things keep falling in place. Things he's been saying since
he's
back in the 90s, like they keep being proven. Like you were just saying, the Element is a 115.
115 or 151. I don't know. It might be
like they just proved that. I mean, it's in a raw form. It's still not to the level of what he
it hasn't been. Yeah.
But the fact that it is proven that on even a rudimentary level, it does exist. It's like, fuck, dude. They're actually working on a documentary right now. He's working on where he is working with these computer graphic guys, these who basically used different techniques, but they are basically recreating in virtual space the UFO that he saw. So he's been working with them for I think it's about a year now, and they're making this so you'll be able to wear the like
augmented reality.
And you'll be able to walk inside of this UFO thing that he worked on back in the 90s.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. They're saying it should be out early next year.
I'm super interested. I'm super interested in this stuff, and I'm super interested. Like, I'm actually afraid of aliens. Like, it's a fear of mine. But like the fact that okay, they're real. It's like, well, what am I gonna do? And so I'm interested. But when it comes to what am I gonna do about it? It's like, yeah, well, what am I gonna do about it? Nothing.
But that's where I was going with this. Is when you said when you're sick, you generally go that road. The thing is, horror movies don't scare me. They haven't scared me in a long time. So when I want to feel that feeling of excited, little bit scared kind of thing, I have to watch stuff like the deep sea scuba diving stuff. I got to watch the spelunker stuff, the UFO stuff. Like that stuff is what'll creep me out. The ghost stuff doesn't at all.
Right. Have you watched Have you watched anything on the bloop? Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah. But we've pretty much proven what that is now.
What is it?
It's ice cracking.
Oh, come on. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they determine that?
Because they were able to repeat it. They're able to get the sound again, repeating again until they were able to. A lot of it's technology. It's like there's a lot of mysteries that at one point, like for instance, do you remember what were they called? The little, what are they called? Those little flashing. They thought there was some type of bug or some type of creature that was moving super fast. It was believed to be like a cryptozoological creature. I forget what it was called, but they ended up, once technology got better, they started realizing that all those were either bugs, but it was just basically artifacting in a camera, made it look like it was moving and looked all like a weird ass shit. But
I got
you. The bloop is kind of the same thing as the oceanography. They basically have put these microphones all over the ocean floor now. Like back then, we only had a couple, like in a couple different spots. And so it's like you recorded that sound from a distance and blah, blah, blah. Now we have these microphones everywhere. And so it's like the level, just like with video, it's like the higher definition, the more clarity you get, the more mystery is kind of gone because you're seeing it for what it actually is. So we're getting that a lot with audio and stuff. But I mean, there's so many mysteries, man. There's some, I mean, the wow signal that was still never been explained.
Oh, the space wow signal?
Yeah, the wow signal.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, that I know that.
Like the movie Contact was inspired from that. Carl Sagan, worked on that movie from that.
Have you read the book Contact?
I can't really read, man. My dyslexia is.
Sorry. Well,
it's really hard for me to focus on
an audio. Find an audio version and listen to it.
Yeah, I have done audio. Yeah. I have, but I also have really bad ADHD. So even audiobooks, I struggle at times.
Speaking of aliens, we want to get into our first story of the night.
Yeah.
So we can talk about, I mean, I can talk about this all night if you want, but we're about 20 minutes in. So I figure we should get into this.
No, definitely. Yeah. Well, we have a couple of trailers I want to watch too. So.
Oh, okay. And get us blocked again. That's cool. Let me see here. All right.
Yeah.
So the new Alien Earth teaser.
No, you just gotta come out. Yeah. Well, I sent you this, but I want to actually see the teaser.
So we'll watch it.
That's what I'm saying. Does it have that on this link?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. That's all I was.
So I'll read this.
The words were coming out wrong, but that's what I was getting to. Is did this article have the actual trailer?
So in the wake of Alien Romulus comes the FX Hulu series Alien Earth, and a new teaser unveiled this morning puts the franchise's star, the Xenomorph, front and center. Get ready for the new Alien series to arrive summer 2025. The new teaser also reveals that the series is set in 2120. When a mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth, a young woman and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat in the sci-fi horror series Alien Earth. As members of the crash recovery crew search for survivors among the wreckage, they encounter mysterious predatory life forms more terrifying than they could have ever imagined. With this new threat unlocked, the new search crew must fight for survival, and what they choose to do with this discovery could change planet Earth as they know it. Sydney Chandler
and a lot of people are confused, thinking that this has to do with the movie Romulus, but it's not. It's a totally separate thing. That it's not necessarily a different timeline. It's just taking place, like its own. I believe it's supposed to still kind of be in the same universe. It's just a different place, different characters.
Right.
So like it has nothing to do with the movies. None of the characters from the movies, any of the movies. It's its own crew, its own, stuff. So.
Sydney Chandler leads the series as a character named Wendy, said to be a hybrid, a metahuman who has the brain and consciousness of a child with the body of an adult. What? Okay. A bunch of people are in this. I'm not going to read all those names. Series creator Noah Hawley previously told Deadline about the series Alien regarding his approach to designing the sharp-toothed creatures. What was really fun for me was to really engage with the creature, bring some of my own thoughts to the design while not touching the silhouette because that's sacrosanct. Yeah. But some of the
Yep.
elements, as we know, whatever the host is, informs what the final creature is. Okay. I just wanted to play around a little bit to make it as scary as it should be. All right. The teaser warns that Mother Earth is expecting next year. Get ready. Okay. Well, let's watch this. Give me a
Blue
second.
Beam. Let's see. A limited stride says Project Blue Beam. Isn't Blue Beam the latest paper that was released with the whole UAP?
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't. I
think
haven't.
that's the.
I haven't
I think
looked
that's
into
the
it
name
too
of
much.
the thing. It's crazy though. The information in that there, the whole entire document is available on Twitter. If you look at it, I'm pretty sure that's what Project Blue Beam is. But yeah, it's wild. Like all the details about UAP and like what we know, and it's just crazy.
All right, we want to watch this.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
In 2120, Mother Earth is expecting.
Not much of a teaser.
That was it. Okay.
I thought there was more to it than that.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but remember when they first released a trailer last year for Alien Romulus, the teaser, it was the same type of thing where it was like there wasn't much of anything. So, but it's not until next summer, so you know it'll still be a minute until we get the full trailer. But I mean, what do you think of this though?
Honestly, it sounds kind of dumb. Like, I don't know. Nothing really intrigued me about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, other than the property, I'm very, I don't even want to say I'm skeptical on it. I'm just like, we'll see. You know, at this point, like, I don't know. Cause it's like with Alien Romulus, I knew Fede Alvarez was doing it. So even before I saw any stills or anything, I knew it was going to be well made and it was going to be, you know, like, I know you're not crazy about Romulus or whatever, but at least there was no doubt. I knew that the look of it was going to be cool and this and that. With this, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the people involved with it. So
the premise just didn't seem very interesting. And I don't know how I feel about having the, so we're going to be watching. Hey, let me bring that article back up. Give me a second. It seemed like we're going to be following around the alien. It puts the Xenomorph front and center. I don't know what that means.
I know.
Well, I also don't understand
whole thing with this. There's not enough to really, it could be cool, but like, there's not enough information here really because what's the whole hybrid thing? Like I
know that's another thing that's kind of throwing me off and kind of giving me creepy vibes. A metahuman who has the brain and consciousness of a child, but the body of an adult, like that screams kind of like creepy to me. And I'm not sure I like that.
I heard it's like an AI intelligence sort of thing that they're trying to raise. So it's like, it's in the body of an adult, but the crew is trying to teach and bring this, you know what I mean? Like the intelligence up to speed sort of thing.
So, but why? Why have a thing where you have to do that?
Well, because
this is the thing that fucks me.
Well, because it's kind of a version of the android, right? Like that's
but androids,
that's what I'm picking
up
from
need to mature. But androids don't need to mature. And this is I want to talk about the whole android concept of androids and stuff like that. And like a lot of the reason why Alien Romulus was so bad was that they just you have everything that they were trying to do in Alien Romulus. They could have already done with androids, and they just didn't do that. And it's like, why? This is dumb. And so now we have the android is like, that is the perfect thing that the Weyland-Yutani Corporation could have done. And they just don't care or whatever. They want to use it for everything than what they're supposed to be used for, what they can be used for. And now we have a hybrid metahuman who has the brain and consciousness of a child, but the body of an adult. Just, man, I don't know. This, bleh.
I know, but I
don't get it.
All I'm saying is I'm not going to judge this until I at least see a trailer or whatever, you know?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
the fact that
hopefully
it's
the
a
trailer
series,
will give us like a little
the
bit
fact
more
that
to
it's a
work with.
series at least means it's gonna probably have a lot more story to it than like Romulus, which is the big argument a lot of people have had about it. The issue that a lot of people have with it is there wasn't a ton of story to it. Well, at least in this case, it should have quite a bit more story. It's a series, so it's not like they're having to just
Oh, they
pack it
got a
into
lot.
an hour and a half or whatever. So
Listen,
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, this could be the next Penguin, right? In terms of
Yep.
but being in this, but I mean, I don't know.
No, but
I
that's a
don't know.
great example because people were really skeptical on Penguin, and they were, you know, what
Oh,
I mean?
I was.
A lot of
I
people were
was.
like, "Why are they doing this?"
I
And now
wasn't even.
we're like,
I
"It's the
wasn't even
best
gonna watch the
fucking
show.
show of the year." So
Yeah. I had no plans on watching the Penguin until I had like 4 or 5 people be like, "Dude, you have to watch it." And then it's probably my favorite show of the year. Like it's
I still
it's
need to
fucking
watch
awesome.
it. I
It's so
still
good.
need to watch it. I thought about
Otaku's
watching it while I was sick, but I was like, I couldn't handle anything that was deep, you know?
Otaku 420 says Alien Earth takes place 2 years before the original. In chronological
Yeah.
order, it would be the 5th thing you'd watch. Holy shit. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Wolfbane says it's called a teaser for a reason, gents. Yeah, we know that. It's a bad teaser, Wolf.
I know, it didn't really tease anything.
There's plenty of
Like,
teasers.
I mean, it has a logo and a Xenomorph. Like, we've already seen a Xenomorph. We know what it looks like.
Right.
So,
Like, yeah, we know what a teaser is, man. Come on.
I know, but like that's loose. That's loose even for a teaser. That's basically a logo.
Yeah. Oh, this is another.
And
So
either
James
way-
says,
Either way, we're not hating on it. We're just like, that's it. Like,
yeah, it's just
okay.
it's underwhelming. James says the aliens change with the host. Yeah, that's a new piece of lore now that is going to be introduced into this series, and they've got some explaining to do. What do you think about that? What do you think about the aliens look changing depending on who the host is?
I don't know.
You don't have an opinion?
Well, when it's a hybrid kind of thing, but I'm not picking up on that's what they're saying this is.
It says when he's
'Cause
talking
you're
about
the
design,
alien Romulus thing, right?
No, no. I'm talking about the design of the show, Alien Earth. It says, regarding his approach to designing the sharp-toothed creatures, what was really fun for me was to really engage with the creature, bring some of my own thoughts to the design while not touching the silhouette. But some of the elements, as we know, whatever the host is, informs what the final creature is. I just wanted to play around a little bit to make it as scary as it should be. So I didn't know that was maybe that's part of alien lore that I'm not getting.
Yeah,
that seems
that's
new.
the same thing I'm saying about all this is like this could be cool, it could be lame. Like, you know, like what I was saying about Romulus. A lot of people hated it, but the whole thing at the end with the hybrid thing, now I thought that was pretty fucking sick. Some, you know, a lot of people didn't like it, but whatever. The point is like until we see this could be a cool idea. It doesn't sound like it's like a full redesign. He's just kind of adding his own little spin. On
somebody correct me. I don't know.
We'll see.
Peter D. Yes, I have seen the Aliens movies. I've probably seen them more than you, but I don't understand. Like somebody correct me.
What does that have to do with anything?
Somebody correct me if
we've all seen the movies, of course. Like it's Alien.
It's
not like some obscure underground franchise.
Yeah, like no, it's because that's the first question people ask whenever I have an opinion that somebody doesn't like about a franchise that they like. That the first question they ask is, well, "Have you ever seen?"
But you love
the
Alien franchise.
I do love it. I know,
Romulus.
but because I like Alien and Aliens, but I thought Alien Romulus was bad.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Some alien stan is going to be like,
that's not that crazy of an opinion, dude.
Huh?
Like I loved Romulus, but I'm saying that's not that wild of a thing. A lot of people didn't like.
I know
Romulus.
it's not.
And like,
I'm just saying that's
like,
the question that always gets asked of me every time I have an opinion about something somebody likes that they don't.
Yeah, but
like.
I get when people come at you for certain things, but that's one where it's like, dude, like, it's not like Romulus was, you know, whatever. Anyway, that's enough of that. The story I'm more excited about and interested in is the Predator one. Because this to me is really interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Let me bring this up.
Like the alien one, there just isn't enough information yet. So it's like we could be, like you said, it could be the next Penguin or it could be a pile of dog shit. You know, we have seen more and more franchises, when they have been made into shows, have been really good. So like there is a good chance that it's going to be a good series, because we've seen a lot of really good series coming out, over the last few years. So
apparently in Alien 3, which is like the worst of the movies, so sorry I haven't seen that one 100 times, it becomes more dog and more ox. And then in Alien versus Predator, another terrible movie, it becomes part predator. So all right, fine, sorry, that's part of the lore that comes out in the worst of the movies.
Hold on, what?
So
What is he talking about? It becomes more dog.
I don't know. I guess we haven't seen Alien 3 enough. We haven't watched the worst of the Alien movies enough.
I've seen Alien 3. I don't remember the alien
I don't remember
becoming
that
a
either.
dog.
I don't remember that. We will have to look it up. It's probably on YouTube. We can probably YouTube alien dog.
We know the alien
3 dog
has been hybrid with things. Like we've seen it hybrid with different things.
Yes, we know that.
But this is like something totally different. This is saying, at least I took that to be like whoever the host of the embryo stage, so to speak, of the alien, that it's going to resemble that host. I don't remember that ever being a thing.
I guess so. I don't know. Okay. Well, all right. Well, there it is. There it is.
Okay. Yes, I don't know. I've only seen 3 a
whatever,
few
Peter.
times.
Yes, I've seen Alien. I'm sorry, I have an opinion about Alien you don't like. I have seen the movies. All right, yeah, let's bring this up. All right, Predator Badlands will feature, again from Bloody Disgusting, will feature a Predator character as the protagonist we root for. Okay. Yeah, I want to make mention of this thing though. I don't know where they got this picture. I hope it's not an official picture.
Oh, it's not.
Okay. All right, good, because you can see here. I just want to show. I want to show people this. Hang on, I gotta share.
Yeah, I don't know what movie that's from, but this is gonna be made
I don't think it's from
Dan
a movie.
Trachtenberg,
Like, here, look, there's the mesh. There's the mesh in the makeup.
Yeah.
Sorry, or in the mask. There, it's right there. So the fact that they're using this, like, is this just
this is just
somebody's costume?
Bloody Disgusting snack, because we haven't got a first look at this yet.
Oh crap.
Like there's not a first look.
Right.
I
didn't think so.
I think they're currently shooting it, I believe. But this is going to be Dan Trachtenberg. He's making a follow-up to the last Predator movie. Why am I blanking on the name?
I know what you're talking about with the girl.
Yeah, the Native American
Prey.
Yes, Prey.
Yeah.
So this is the same guy. So the look of the alien is going to be very similar. But I believe it's going to be a younger alien or Predator. I mean,
a younger Predator. Okay.
Yeah, it should say in this article.
Well, so from Bloody Disgusting, the Predator franchise will return to the big screen in November 25 with Dan Trachtenberg's Predator Badlands. By the way, 10 Cloverfield Lane, great movie. With Ellie Fanning starring in a brand new story. Speaking with Empire, Trachtenberg has dropped one hell of an exciting tease. The main protagonist from the upcoming Predator Badlands, oh my God. Let me try again.
Dude,
Sorry.
Peter
Sorry,
D,
folks.
you're a fucking D-bag. You're just dumb.
Like,
just because we don't remember every fucking detail do you know how many fucking horror movies we watch? Also, we're talking about the worst. Pretty much no one disagrees with that you're talking about the worst of all of the Alien movies.
And we're supposed to know them.
Just because you're butthurt because we're not big fans of a movie you're a fan of, like, we're not judging you. Like, you can love it all you want, but getting on us for not remembering a detail, like, I really don't remember Alien becoming a dog. But
look, if we're wrong,
we're not even saying you're not on it.
Yeah, we're not saying you're not right. It's just it's a detail.
And people getting on you about being defensive. It's like, well, because you're attacking us.
Yeah, we're just supposed to let you.
People attack you.
You listen. There's plenty of people in the chat. There are plenty of people in the chat that rag on me and get on me, and it's fine. It's cool, and I can take it. But when you just come at me being a dick, I'm gonna give it right back. So just be prepared for it.
Plus there's some things like,
all right, well, bye then.
There's some things that are just silly.
I know,
like obviously he's obviously a big Alien stan. And like, that's fine, dude. If it's your biggest franchise, your favorite, like, that's fine. But don't expect everybody else to know every little detail of what is, I mean, there's a lot of alien movies and a lot of lore. And like, shit, I know people that know the lore from the comic books. I mean, they know all the graphic novels, like all the shit. There's no way I know all of that stuff.
Right.
Like, that's fine. like there's different levels to fandom.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get back to, I think he's gone now. So we can, thanks for watching for 10 minutes and going away. So the, where was I? Predator Badlands with Ellie Fanning starring in a brand new story.
Yeah, Vorpal. Sorry. We're getting back to that right now.
We're getting back to it. Sorry, guys. The main protagonist of the upcoming Predator Badlands is a predator. The creature is front and center. Oh God, they spelled center like a friggin' stop. Sorry. This creature is front and center leading the charge, Trachtenberg tells Empire. He's still badass, but there's something that touches you emotionally too. You can have badass protagonists that touch you emotionally. I don't know why he has to say
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but he's saying he's still badass, as if they're like, that just feels like that there's like a weird,
because
like,
if he
binary
didn't
there.
say that, people are gonna be like, "Oh, what? It's some wimpy alien."
Oh,
or
I got
some
you.
wimpy predator. So he's just simply saying that as like, you know, he kicks ass. You don't worry, it's not going to be some weenie like don't hurt me predator.
Right.
It's just,
wouldn't that be funny though? Like, you have this predator that's born into a society of these like hunter warriors, these like conquer warriors, and he just doesn't want to. Like, he just wants to, like,
the soft
read
artist
books.
type.
Like, he doesn't want to work out. He just wants to like read books and not hunt things. Like, he's like the first vegetarian predator.
But that's what I think. We'll continue reading this and then I'll get to my thoughts, because there might be, there's some things that they may not mention here that I know about, but yeah.
Okay. Creating a character you connect with, but are also super intimidated by, has been challenging, but exciting. Like with Prey, Trachtenberg's goal with Predator Badlands is to push the franchise's boundaries, allowing fans the opportunity to root for the Predator this time around. Empire also notes in the sneak preview piece today, which additionally includes a behind-the-scenes shot from Badlands below, that the film takes place entirely on an alien planet. Predator Badlands releases in theaters November 7th, 2025, with Trachtenberg recently teasing that he also directed a second mysterious Predator movie for release next year. So wow, okay. That project is likely going to be some kind of
the word is movie. That one's going to be the animated.
Yeah, it just said a streaming movie animated. Stay tuned. Yeah. Owned by Disney under 20th Century Studios umbrella, the Predator franchise, of course, kicked off with the original action horror classic in 1987. Blah 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 blah. So this is the come on. This is the teaser. It's the dreadlocks. Like, that's all it is. And then is that Trachtenberg? I don't know what he looks like. It's probably Trachtenberg.
Yeah, that's not really a teaser. It's just simply a shot from the
here's
set.
a behind the scenes thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. All right.
They're currently shooting. I think it up in British Columbia, I think is where they're shooting it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, cool.
What they didn't mention there is it's probably, I don't think it's officially been announced or anything, but like the idea reporting on this is that it's going to be a young alien who is supposed to be like going and proving himself, his first kill kind of thing. Like, and there's something about like evil predators that are, so like there's going to be a power struggle of some kind between the predator that we're following and then another group of predators or maybe some other creatures, who knows. But it sounds kind of like he might end up teaming up with this girl who is like on this alien planet.
Okay.
Because I forget her name that's starring in it, but the word is that she's gonna, so it'll be like the two of them having to work together.
That would be interesting, because I always thought that the Predator Society was pretty interesting. That you have the society of these creatures that are, they base their worth on their biggest trophy, and they're always trying to go out and conquer the next big thing. And, the next, trying to find the most worthy prey, stuff like that. I always thought that was really interesting. So it would be interesting to see a story about that society and what that looks like. Like, what is their government structure like? Like,
exactly. I like too that Dan Trachtenberg is trying to take this and do some different things. And some of the things might all not work, but at least it's not just a retread. Because for the longest time, the Predator movies, like they were just, it's like the same thing. It was just like, who's the next badass that has to try to survive, a predator? And it's just like, it
So I
felt
wonder
it was like not exciting, nothing new really being brought.
So if we're following,
but Prey felt like it had some new elements, and this feels like it's going to take an even bigger swing.
If we're following the Predator, if this is what we're following, our Predator is the protagonist. Like, are they going to use the Predator language the whole time? Like, are we going to be reading subtitles and just listening to growls and clicks?
I don't know.
Like,
but it's an alien planet, so this person might know how to, like, they might speak the same language, and so to us it's just English. Like, who knows? But I do have a feeling, because they did that. Think about it. Prey used the actual Navajo? No, Cherokee. Yeah. I think it's Cherokee. But they used the actual native. That's what I'm saying. So this could do that same kind of thing, where the whole movie, or not the whole movie, but a lot of it is with subtitles.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what it's going to be? That's going to be interesting. I just want to read this real quick. Nick says that he loves me and he wants more aggression from me. I don't hate anyone, by the way. I don't unleash any hate. It's never that. But
well, that's what actually bothered me most about that, is the guy getting all butthurt like that, because it's like, that's what we do here, man. We're combative. We're like loud. We're not trying to be all fucking like perfect. Like, like, that's not what this is about. This is all in love and passion and excitement. And like, you know what I mean? And like, even him coming at you, you're allowed to defend yourself. And like, him getting all butthurt about that, it's like, it's the whole thing. It's just like, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
There's no need to get upset. Like, we're talking about fucking fictitious aliens.
Yeah.
like, dude, we're not talking about politics here.
Okay. All right. So now that we should stop talking about that. I don't talk about, I'm going through the chat. We're all talking. Look at these, you guys. Hang on. Jedi Predator versus Sith Predator. Klingons. Where's that coming in? Berserker Predator, yeah.
Dude, a Predator
Fast
versus
Times
a
at Predator
Klingon.
High.
Like, that would be interesting.
What?
A Klingon versus a Predator.
Klingon versus Predator? That would be
that'd be interesting.
That'd be fucking cool.
Like, if they actually took that seriously, I think that could be sick.
Yeah. Oh man, can you imagine Worf going up against a Predator?
That's what I mean. Like, if you have this Klingon, like,
because they're kind of similar societies.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a great idea.
Yeah, which is kind of what we almost might get here, because we have one Predator having to go against other Predators. You know what I mean? Like, that, the interesting idea of seeing another Predator track and hunt using, you know what I mean? Like, there's that. We haven't really seen that.
Yeah, that's Otaka says, when you were describing the Predator society, it just sounded like Klingon Hiroi. I can't read that. But yes, they are similar societies.
Very similar.
Now that you've made that comparison, it sounds just like Wolverine versus Predator would be fucking sweet. I think Wolverine wins that one though. Just the hyper healing and the
he would cut it in half and it'd be done.
Yeah, Wolverine wins a lot of fights.
Because he can't really die.
Yeah, he wins a lot of fights. There's only a few.
It's like Superman. Put Superman against just about anybody, Superman's gonna win, because
unless
he's indestructible.
Yeah, unless you have obviously kryptonite or like some kind of mind control device, because that's a thing. Like,
and Wolverine's the same kind of thing. But there are things that can beat him, but like
going toe to toe, there's a lot of people that lose against that. So hyper healing versus nuclear war.
I have with different like it's one of the things I didn't really like about a lot of what the Marvel has been doing of recent, is like, having these different characters that basically take away the feeling like there's no stakes anymore.
Well, it's not that there's no stakes. I think it's the opposite of that. I think that the stakes of Marvel movies now are it's too big. You already just had the multiverse under threat in the Doctor Strange movie. How much? Well, no, but
that's what I'm talking about. Like the Eternals. I hated the Eternals because the whole idea of this grand being that basically it makes everything that went on in Endgame and all that just like whatever.
Right. Well, yeah.
You know?
Well,
And it's
that's
like
because,
anytime and that's the problem with like the multiverse thing too. It's like you can always bring back anybody, and anytime you add in time travel or multiple realities, or you start to lose some of that like stakes, because you're like, well, if so and so died, like Tony Stark died, whatever, he'll be back.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was
No,
different.
I
In
get it,
game, it was like there felt like real stakes. Like if someone died, it felt like they were dead.
Yeah.
But now it's like, in one way or another, they'll figure out a way to bring them back, and you start to lose a little bit of the intensity of it. But
Wolf's asking, how about G-1 versus Predator? What's G-1?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But let's watch this trailer, because this is the thing I'm the most excited about.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
I don't think so. What's the trailer?
Do you know what it is?
No.
I sent it to you in the text. It's Presence.
Oh, you sent. Oh, well, hang on. Sorry. I don't have any of my. I try not to look at my phone while we're doing the show, Kanan.
I sent it to you before. It was the very top thing in the notes.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
You obviously read them, because the other two stories are the same place.
My bad. Sorry, I got to go in here and look.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything and see if you can pick up on
what Godzilla. Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 versus Predator. I think Predator wins. I think Predator wins.
What? No, Godzilla just literally a step on it.
You think that the Predator is so dumb it's going to get stepped on by Godzilla?
Dude, Godzilla is like a building. Like, how would a Predator kill it?
The Predator is smarter.
Look what they had to do.
He's
look
smarter.
What they had
He's
to
more
do
agile.
in
He has better weapons. Like that laser cannon that he has on his shoulder can probably sever through Godzilla's legs so that he just kind of topples over and then uses the same laser to cut his head off. I mean, Godzilla is just a rampaging
I just think
monster.
that's a bad universe matchup.
He's not smart.
I just think it's a bad universe matchup. There's certain things that are good, but then there's other ones where it's like,
I mean, it's interesting. Hang on. Okay.
A giant monster.
You're distracting me. I got to find this trailer.
But anyway, so I want you and the chat to watch this. If anybody out there is watching this in the chat and you know what this trailer, like what is actually going on in this movie, don't say it in the chat yet. I want to see if you guys can guess.
Oh, this is the wait, we watched the teaser of this. This is the Soderbergh movie.
Yeah, we did. We watched that little, but it didn't show us anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And that was all.
This tells you what this movie is actually about. But if it's possible to watch this and still not actually realize what you're seeing.
Well, I hope.
So I'm curious.
I hope not. I'm sick and tired of watching trailers that
tell
you what the entire fucking movie is.
No. That's different. This is. We'll just watch it and see what you think is going on here.
Okay,
because if you read anything about this, this is what's going on here. This isn't like they're not trying to hide that this is what's going on here. But it is, for me, it was really like, wow. Once I watched it and then I read what I'm actually watching, it was like I'm not as smart as your average Joe, I guess, because I didn't pick up on that. I didn't realize. I'll explain to you after you watch this. I'll explain to you what I mean.
Okay. I just want to bring up Vorpal also made a good point about Godzilla versus Predator. It says, do not stomp on the Predator. He has a nuclear suicide bomb. So that
still wouldn't hurt Godzilla. Remember, Godzilla is usually amped up from nukes.
Oh, yeah.
He's made of nuclear energy.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. You're right. I still think Predator wins, but all right. Yeah. Let's watch this. All right, here we go. Let me share let me share it before we watch it. All right, here we go.
What's it like?
Oh, sorry. I've been waiting for a Soderbergh horror movie.
Dude, this is
gonna
be incredible.
I never had anybody die.
Scary. And it goes on.
What do you mean?
Like the world cracks apart You fall into this hole. And the sides are mud, and you can't get out. You wonder where they are. And you wonder what it would be like if you were there too.
All right.
So what do you think? What do you think is going on here?
Oh, in terms of the story,
Don't read anything.
I'm not reading any. They're all ghosts. I don't know. There was a couple of shots though that made me think the way that they were showing some of the shots. It makes me think that maybe not everybody knows everybody's in the house. I could be way off, but just
What are people in the chats? What are the guesses in the chat?
The guesses are still people asking about Predator and Godzilla monsters.
Mr. Wonderful, not scary. Dude, what the fuck is scary? Like, seriously, did you just start watching horror movies?
People are
Nothing
saying
scary.
Is it a reboot of I Am a Ghost? So boring, I lost interest. Evil Dead remake. Not scary. The guy who wrote this movie wrote Jurassic Park. He writes books also. Wait, what?
Yeah, I think people are not realizing, because if you realize, once I thought the same thing. I was like, yeah, that doesn't look like much is going on. This looks kind of boring. Like, okay, another ghost, another fucking ghost story, another haunted movie. Like, what do you do? Then I realized what you're actually seeing, and it was like, oh shit, this could be fucking crazy. This could be really compelling.
Basic Haunted House, Nicole Kidman, The Others. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting from that. It kind of might be a Sixth Sense meets The Others kind of vibe.
Okay, so
maybe.
do you guys want me to tell you?
No, shut up. We're talking.
Okay.
Heather says if this is as scary as his dramas are good, then this is going to be good. Well, yeah, I mean, Soderbergh's a great filmmaker, and I think he can do horror really well.
I don't think this is going to be a scary kind of thing. I don't think that's the goal. This is more of going to be a dread, like uncomfortable,
atmospheric.
moody. Yeah, it's going to be very artistic.
Good. I like atmospheric horror.
I think it's going to be an amazing piece of art. But I think the horror, they're going to have a lot of horror people. They're like, it's not scary.
All right. So what do you think it is? Or are you about to tell us what people are saying it is?
Oh, no, I know for sure, because the filmmakers have said this. Like, this isn't a secret. It's being used in the... Yeah, if you see the poster, it says on the poster.
Hang on.
I think.
Let me look at the poster then.
Like, I mean, it's very clear what is going on here. I'm just like, whoa,
Which
what
poster?
the fuck? I did not realize that from the trailer.
There's two posters.
I think it's the one they just released. I think it's the same day they released the trailer.
Okay,
it's basically the tagline for the movie, I believe.
It will chill you. No, never mind. That's what Screen Rant said. There is no tagline for the movie. It's just presence. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to share my screen. You talking about this one?
I think so. I can't read it. My eyes suck.
Well,
I think that's the poster. Yeah, I think so. Does it say, what's the tagline on it?
There is no tagline. It says it will chill you, but that's a Screen Rant review. It says Presence, directed by Steven Soderbergh, written by David Koepp.
Yeah, this is. I don't think it's the. I was thinking it's the thing, but I don't think it is. I think it was just simply the blurb about this movie. But you ready? I'll tell you. I think it's really interesting. You guys might be like, "That's it," but I think it's super interesting. So. Hold on, dude. Are you ready, or do you want me to?
I'm ready. I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm closing I'm closing the tabs. I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
No, I'm just making sure, because once I tell you, then there's no more guessing. So The Others is pretty close.
Okay. Yeah.
which is super interesting, right? Because like the
Yeah.
others was a really cool idea, but
Excellent
this
idea.
to me is even more interesting because you are the ghost.
Oh, yeah.
It's
No, I
from
wish
the
you wouldn't have told, I wish you
POV
wouldn't have told me that
of the
now. Damn
ghost.
it. I wish you wouldn't have told me that now. I would have liked to have
But it's
figured
not
that
a
out after
secret.
watching
It's
the
like
movie.
everything is like, this is, if you watch the trailer, like it's pretty obvious that's what it is. But they've been saying this and all the like stuff.
I didn't
as
think
soon
it was
as you
that
read anything
obvious.
about it.
I didn't think it was that
Watch
obvious.
the trailer again.
All right, fine. Watch me watch the
The
trailer.
whole
again.
entire time you're basically floating. You're like, you're just this entity.
Vorpal. Wait. I am the ghost. Yawn. Vorpal. Vorpal.
That
Why
is
are
so
these
not
comments?
yawn. Like
Why-
this is so cool because what I think is so
Vorpal.
cool is
Why are these
it was the
comments
best-
not in all caps? Your comments are always in all caps. What are you doing, buddy? Are you drunk?
But like that was the most interesting part of fuck, what was that movie? In a Violent Nature. Like that was the most interesting part of In a Violent Nature to me. And the groundbreaking element of it is that you're watching, you're finally watching a slasher from the POV, so to speak, of the killer. And that's such a cool idea. Now, unfortunately, that movie had other problems and was slow and this, that, and the other that held it back, in my opinion. But the thing I really appreciated about it was doing something different. And so this has potential to be another one of those like very interesting concepts. It's like, we don't know the story. I doubt they're going to tell us much of the story or beyond that. But the fact that like you're seeing this through the eyes, so to speak, of a spirit or something to that effect, like that's interesting.
I wish I would have figured that out after watching it. I wish you didn't tell me that, but that's okay. So I don't think it's going to ruin the movie for me, but I was getting
because Soderbergh's come out and said this, like they're promoting it as that, like so that's what makes me interested even more is the fact that they're not trying to hide that. They're not trying to keep that as a mystery. You know what I mean? If they were trying to hide that, but they're not. And
I wonder why then. So there has to be something else going on in that movie. If they're fine, because that seems like a twist that, they wouldn't want to hide. Like you are the ghost. So if they're like, yeah, you're the ghost watching this family go through something in this house, that must mean that there's something else going on. Like there's like
that's what I mean. Like, that's what's so compelling about that to me is because like with the others, if you knew that, then the movie's kind of ruined. Like,
right. Yeah. If you know that about the others, then yeah, the movie's ruined. But
so the fact that when they were first talking about that, I mean, I first heard about this movie way before there was anything released about it. It was basically Soderbergh's making a movie for the eyes of a ghost. Like that was literally what the articles and so this from the very beginning that when he was talking about this movie, he was saying that. So that makes me go, okay, well then where is it going with, you know what I mean? Like, but there's so many ideas with that.
Yeah.
Like what would, I mean, because what makes that different? Like, because the whole idea of just because you're from the point of view of a ghost, like, how is that going to be like the movie? I'm guessing is kind of almost going to make you feel like you're the entity. Like how much of the entity are we getting? Like, you know what I mean? Are we going to hear its voice? Are we going to know who the character is? Like, is it going to literally make it to where you're almost like in a like virtual reality headset almost?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know, but I love the unique idea behind that and the potential there. I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, also, have you seen the trailer for Hard Eyes?
Yeah, I want to say yes.
Dude, especially the final shot of the trailer of Heart Eyes looks fucking rad.
Oh, yes.
And then there's another one. Did you see the trailer for Invisible T-Rex or Invisible Raptor?
No. I have not seen it. I saw the Hard Eyes trailer. Where did I see that? In front of
probably when you went to see
I think when I went to go see Heretic. Yeah, that's where I saw Hard Eyes. Yeah. But
dude, that last shot though in the trailer for Hard Eyes, dude, where he like opens the back door, stabs the guy in the head, and then takes the girl and uses and like smashes her head onto the knife. It's like a double kill, like fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right. Well, that takes us out. It's 8:00.
Okay.
We're,
Well, let's get a few of the chat for another couple minutes.
okay. Let's talk about let's see what they're talking about in the chat. These
Yeah, because
wily
I don't
guys.
like
Will,
to end it with us just blabbering and not getting to the chat at all. Otherwise,
that's fine.
what's the
Will
point
wants
in
to
us
watch the
doing them
trailer
live?
again. I don't think we're
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
that.
why I
but-
wanted to let everybody know that, because like the trailer to me was so much more interesting, because the first time I watched it, it was very slow and boring feeling, and I'm like, okay, like this just feels kind of
And
pretentious.
it gives you a new
like,
perspective knowing that.
yeah.
Maybe, all right, maybe
Once
we'll watch
I
it.
rewatched it with that, I was like, oh my God, dude, the possibility, like the idea, like that whole part where it's shaking and stuff, like basically imagine you're a spirit, you're in the eyes of the spirit, and like it's able to move things, it's able to do things. And so it's like now you're interacting with the, like, I don't know, man. I just think that there's so much cool stuff that could be done with that. And it's one of those where kind of like in a violent nature, where I feel like we're down the road going to get the perfect POV slasher movie, where it's like,
Yeah.
in a violent nature walked so that another movie could eventually run. This could be one of those cases too, because virtual reality is becoming such a huge thing. It's becoming more and more easy and obtainable for everyone. And in the next like 10 years, it's going to be like a PlayStation, like an Xbox, like everybody's going to have it. It'll just be a real common thing that everybody will have some form of augmented reality. And so it's like, that's kind of the direction movies could go that hasn't really been done. You know, even watching it without having a headset, but just from the perspective of whatever.
Yeah.
Because I remember going all the way back to Brain Scan, and how cool that was in Brain Scan, where parts of the movie where you're through the POV of the killer killing people. Did you ever see Brain Scan?
No, I have not seen Brain Scan, but I've seen Hardcore Henry. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So kind of, I have not seen Brain Scan. I should watch it.
Yeah. Hardcore Henry's dope.
Deppermint says you are the ghost pirate. Nick says the premise does intrigue me with that bombshell. Heather says the idea is really cool. I'm with you, Kanan. And then Mr. Wonderful says kind of Strange Days, but with horror elements to it. Vorpal, potentially interesting idea. Bad execution.
Hold on, I'm confused. Strange Days? How does that make him think of Strange Days?
Oh, wait, yeah, Strange Days. Is that the
That's the New Year's Eve one, right?
No, isn't Strange Days the not Alice Cooper.
It's like it takes place on New Year's Eve or whatever. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a POV.
Strange Days. Yeah. Hang on. This is this
I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while. I remember that movie being amazing, but it's never streaming anywhere.
Former cop turned street hustler accidentally uncovers a conspiracy in Los Angeles in 1999. Yeah. I know. Okay. Yeah, but with horror elements.
It's like a mystery. Like you're putting pieces together.
I guess I gotta watch Strange Days again. I don't remember anything about it. Will says, I don't think that was smart marketing. What?
Why?
I will see. Vorpal,
like I said, that's what I think is interesting, is the fact that they're coming out and saying this means that there's more.
There's something else.
Like
there's something else.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense remake, big deal. Mr. Wonderful says, I don't know. Ghost movies are usually not that good.
It's not that it was Sixth Sense. See, this is stuff that drives me crazy. I don't understand that. How is that anything like the Sixth Sense?
Yeah, well, because
I don't
Bruce
think
Willis
it's gonna be a mystery that I think you're gonna know. Like, if they're talking about it in the marketing, then I don't think the movie is gonna be like having you try to not know that you're already a ghost or whatever.
Vorpal says, I want to be Hellraiser's Pinhead. You want a Hellraiser movie from the POV of Pinhead where the audience is Pinhead? That'd be interesting.
So check this out. So the guy that made me this designed all the different configurations from the newest Hellraiser movie.
That's cool.
And he literally
Your
sent
video's
me
all
of
fuckered up,
them.
though.
So what?
Your video is all like 144p. Like, it's bad. Your video.
Really?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. I don't know if moving around's gonna do it. But yeah, you're in like 144p. Like you're
That's so
Kanan's
weird.
Kanan's
Like,
streaming
why did
from
that all of a sudden
2004,
happen?
guys.
I know. Why did that happen all of a sudden?
I don't. Anyway, you're holding up a
Is it
a
still
box.
happening?
What are those boxes called?
It's
I forgot.
Configuration. The Hellraiser. The damn it.
I know, but I forgot what the official name is.
Help me out, guys. I know the lament configuration.
Yeah.
But each one has a different name from the most recent Hellraiser. They all had different names. So he sent
That's
me
dope.
this,
And that
which
guy
is like
made
the
that?
classic one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is the lament. He's got an Etsy page and he makes them. So that's the lament, right? The one that we're all used to from the classic original movie. But the newest one had all these other configurations, and each one had a different meaning and all this, right? Well, he designed just like this. He made all of them, and they're like life size, and they actually are moving, like the parts move and move around and stuff. Yeah, so he just shipped them to me. So I'm going to do an unboxing in one of my upcoming videos so everybody can see them, because I think there'd be great presents for Christmas for somebody.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But he makes
give me
them.
one
He
for
makes
a
them on
gift
his
you want.
Etsy page.
Okay. That's about it. That kind of takes us out. Mr. Wonderful says another great show. Thank you, sir. Nightingale.
Thank you
Widow
so much, Hoppy.
asks if we have ever heard of the movie Street Trash. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually just did a remake.
Yeah, they just did a remake.
Yeah, Happy is Happier. Thank you so much. What do you think about Silent Hill 2 remake? I haven't played it yet. I've watched some footage of people playing, and it looks amazing. Like, I really want to get back into gaming, but until I get this fucking wrist to heal, which I'm hoping isn't going to take surgery, but until I get that, like, I mean, I'm struggling even to make thumbnails or anything right now. It's not fun.
I have not
once
played
I get
it.
this wrist to heal, I want to play games, but
I have not played it, but I mean, it looks cool. We got to
they're
do
still
some
working
gaming
on the
this.
movie too.
Huh?
They're still working on the Silent
movie?
Hill
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's supposed to
Yeah,
be coming out next year. Like,
We'll
they just
see.
wrapped shooting it like recently.
I have not seen
and then we
any-
also got some really sad, crappy news that Dog Soldiers 2 was his name Marshall. Is it Logan Marshall? Something Marshall, the guy that makes them. He reached out to me like years ago when I first talked about it on the channel to let me know that they were working, and like hopefully they would start production on Dog Soldiers 2. But he just came out and tweeted the other day that it's dead in the water. It doesn't look like it's ever going to happen. So that's a huge bummer. Yeah. I think it's something to do with like legality rights, like basically who owns it, getting them to play ball. And so it'll probably take another company coming in and buying the rights to make it, you know.
Yeah, he posted this on what is this? Instagram. He said, for the past 6 years, myself, an original UK producer of Dog Soldiers, Christopher Figg, have been working tirelessly to negotiate for the rights to make a sequel with the US producer, rights holder David E. Allen and his company Dash. 6 years. That's as long as it took to write and make the first movie. Unfortunately, these negotiations came to a sudden and unexpected halt when earlier this year we were due to finalize and sign the agreements, and they disappeared, vanished, cut off all communication, refused to answer emails or calls. Why, you ask? I don't know why. That's the point. We simply don't know what happened or why, but the end result is that we don't have the rights to make a sequel without this deal in place, thus rendering it effectively dead. Well, Neil Marshall, I feel your pain, buddy, because I've had the same thing happen to me with the Hellgate. I was in contact with, and I don't mind saying it now because I hope he fucking sees this one day.
With the distribution.
No. I was in contact with the lead singer of oh my God. I don't know why my brain does this. It's one of my Corpse Grinder. George Corpse Grinder.
Yeah,
Fisher.
that's right. I remember you mentioned
Cannibal Corpse. My God.
Yeah.
I was in contact with George Fisher's agent to get him in the Hellgate. It was going to be a small bit part that he would only have to be on set for a day. He had like a couple of lines, and actually, well, you've seen the movie. You've seen the most recent cut of the Hellgate. He was supposed to be the beefcake biker. That's who that was supposed to be George Fisher. He was supposed to be.
That'd have been great. Yeah.
Right. Would have been perfect for George Fisher. And I was in talks with his agent. We were finalizing like where we were going to shoot his scenes and when, whatever. And then just ghosted me and hasn't. And I followed up on email. I hit him up on Twitter, Instagram. I even DM'd his wife on Twitter just to get like some sort of like what the fuck's going on, and I have never heard back from this guy, and I'm fucking pissed about it. But yeah, it's George Fisher's agent. I forget his name off the top of my head. I want to say it's like David something, but I feel your pain, Neil Marshall. It's really shitty, and it's really shitty behavior. So people
honestly just part of working in the arts, man. Yeah, because some artists are just flaky, and when it comes to when you try to connect money, and
it's his agent. It's
well, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many moving parts that. Well, yeah, but you can't contact his wife. Even there's a good chance that there was maybe there was a falling out between him and his agent. He might have let go of his agent, But the fact that you tried to contact his wife and still didn't hear anything makes me think that maybe it's on him. Like he, for whatever reason, just isn't interested or whatever.
I don't know, man.
All I can say is in Dog Soldier's case, though, it may not be all lost because we saw this happen with the Collector, like just recently, it was dead in the water for like a couple years. And then all of a sudden out of the blue, because a lot of times in cases like this, it's like the people that were the ones in doing all this and all that, they lose their jobs or they go in different directions or this, that, and the other, and things just get kind of put on back burners, and then new ownership gets involved or new leadership or whatever, and they'll look at the projects again and be like, oh, hey, let's get this going again. Or you'll have some assistant or whatever and be like, hey, what happened with this? Let's get this going again. So, you just got to keep pursuing it. Like things like that.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, but hey, well, we'll see. I don't know. I
think you're limited on time. It's not like you could just, you can only wait around so much. But that's why they always tell you to have backup plans. Have backup plans to backup plans.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like if you're making a movie, have backup movie companies or distribution or actors. Like always have backups, because when you're making things in the arts, like some people can be just so flaky and unprofessional.
I know.
Like some of the most famous people are also some of the most unprofessional people. Like, it is insane. Some of the things I've seen and heard, like, it is just crazy.
All right. I want to answer this last question and then we got to get out of here. We've gone a little long, but we'll get out of here. Will asked, what's Hell's Gate? The Hellgate is my movie. That is not out yet, so don't ask me where you can watch it, because you can't watch it anywhere. It's probably not coming out until later next year, but it's my movie. It's the one I shot this movie back in April. Kanan was on set for a couple days, helping out and seeing how things were going. But it's my movie, and I've gone through the entire process of raising money to produce my first feature film, and I have done that, and we're in post right now. I'm 98% done. The last 2% feels like the first 90%. Like it really does, but we want to make sure that everything is good to go, and all of our deliverables are ready for when we get distribution, and then there'll be news. But right now, it's just the news is
it's very cool.
We'll-
It's got a real
we'll work.
punk rock metal flavor to it. Like it just feels very gritty. Like it's got a fun vibe that I think people are going to really enjoy.
well.
Like
Thank
that's
you.
the thing that really screamed like that made it kind of feel unique to me, was just how, and you told me this from the beginning, that you wanted to make a horror movie that was like metal and horror. It wasn't just, and it really feels that way. Like there's a very like kind of old school Iron Maiden, almost like metal, vibe to it, like real heavy metal. Like, and I'm not saying it feels like it's from the 80s, but like just that, like
That would be a
leather and
compliment.
spikes. But you know what I mean? It's got that like
Yeah.
leather and spikes kind of metal. Not, it's not like new metal. It's not like,
Right.
it's got that real true blue metal.
Well, thanks, man. All right, we gotta get out of here. So thanks, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it. We are getting out of here. Next Wednesday, we'll be back at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
And next
every
week,
time in between.
we're going to do a spoiler discussion of a Heretic.
Yes.
So
So
if you
watch Heretic.
So definitely make sure you see it if you haven't already. And also there's going to be religious talk, and all opinions are welcome. But if you get butthurt like that guy earlier about your opinion not being everybody else's in the world, don't bother watching.
Right. All right. So that's it. So we'll see y'all next week. Thanks.